Careblazer. In this video, I'm going to share with you the most important thing you can ever learn. It can change your entire caregiving journey and the rest of your life. If you would like things to be easier, if you would like to feel better, more joy, more connection in your life, do not miss this video. And at the very end, after I go through this, I'm going to show you how what you are thinking is actually impacting your life on a daily basis and impacting your loved one's behavior, okay? Here's the deal. I talk to caregivers all the time, and they're always messaging me, DMing me on Instagram, commenting on YouTube. I talk to my members every single week inside of my membership. So many caregivers are overwhelmed, and it makes sense. There are so many things that you have to do. Not only are you trying to take the best care for your person with dementia, you're also trying to care for yourself, maybe other family members, keep up with the house and a home, run errands. It's just like, oh my gosh, it's enough to feel like you're going to crumble under the pressure. And then you might hear things like, or see caregivers having beautiful connections with their loved one and having beautiful memories. And it's enough to be like, seriously, like it almost feels frustrating to see because it's so far away from what you have. Well, let's change that starting today, okay? I want to show you a formula. It's my formula for change, but I want to show you a formula and how it plays out. This is just the first part of the formula. I'm going to show you the end once we run through it. But here's the deal. In life, situations are always happening, right? Situations are happening. This is a pretty broad situation. I'm just doing this for purposes of this video, but we can put anything in here. We can have a situation being the home health aide didn't show up. Your loved one accused you of stealing money when you're not. Another family member didn't think you made the right caregiving decision. Situation. This is just what is happening in life. These are the things that have already happened, so we can't really control it. But what we do have control over is what we want to think about the situation. So let's just run through this. And let's say we'll just take the broad situation of caring for somebody with dementia. Let's say you have a thought like, this is too much. How many of you have a thought sometimes that sounds like this is too much? Say me in the comments below. I bet you're not alone. When you have the thought, this is too much, pause and ask yourself, how does that thought make you feel? Honestly, like you can type it in the comments too below. Not everybody's going to feel the same way with the same thought, but like for me, if I was having the thought, this is too much, I would probably be feeling overwhelmed. Somebody else might be feeling frustrated or sad or anxious, right? But you have to ask, when you have the thought, this is too much, how do you feel? I put overwhelm here because that's how I would feel. Then when you are feeling overwhelmed, how do you show up to life, to caregiving? What are the behaviors you do? What are the actions you take? I know when I'm overwhelmed, I'm going to notice everything that I can't keep up with. I'm going to be looking at my to-do list, everything I can't seem to get done. I'm probably going to be complaining. I'm going to be kind of taking on a victim role. I'm going to shut down and I'm going to just be spinning. I'm just going to be looking and thinking of all the things I have to do, but I'm not literally moving forward and making action. Does that make sense? So you have to ask yourself, from your feeling, whatever you said your feeling was from here, how do you show up? What do you do? What do you not do? I'll tell you what I'm not doing. I'm not making progress on my to-do list. I'm not like actually taking effort and moving forward. I'm a little bit scattered and just trying to do everything and nothing seems to get done. So I'm going to come back to this and I'm going to show you the final part of the formula. But let's go to this situation here too. And let's do another one. Okay. So same thing, same situation, right? We didn't change it. Let's just say it's broad caring for somebody with dementia. This person might have a thought like, this is too hard. Now ask yourself, you can go through this exercise with me. If you are feeling like this is too hard, how do you feel? Check in yourself, like this is too hard. For me, I'm just using myself here as an example. It would be frustrated. I would feel frustrated if I'm thinking this is too hard. From the feeling of frustration, what do? Well, I notice everything being hard. I'm probably noticing how everybody else seems to have it easier. I'm going to give up much more easily because I'm already expecting things are not going to work out. Okay. Are you with me so far? Now, here is where the magic happens and how this is literally impacting your entire life. So if we go back to the situation where you're having the thought, this is too much, the next part of the formula, after you take your action, you get a result, you get an outcome. So if you were thinking this is too much and you were feeling overwhelmed and you started to take all these actions, your results that you are getting in your life, your outcome that you're getting in your life is that you are going to prove it's going to be too much. You're just not going to get it done. You literally prove your thought true. That's the crazy part. It's amazing actually when you think about it, because then you can make it work for you. Then we can start to be more intentional and purposeful about what we're thinking to make things work for us. But it doesn't stop here. So everything I've just described so far, that's literal basic psychology 101. It's called cognitive behavioral therapy. It's what they do in cognitive behavioral therapy. But the part that I have added for dementia care is that your actions also impact your loved one's outcome, impacts your loved one's results. So if you were noticing everything you can't do, complaining, shutting down, what do you think that's going to get you for your loved one? How do you think that's going to impact your loved one with dementia? Probably not in a positive way. This is where I see all the time challenging, difficult behaviors. Everybody just wants to know, like, what's the action that I take? What do I do? But without all of this, you're not actually going to have the positive impact on your loved one that you want. Situations, everybody's focused on the situation and how do we get it to change? Well, the way you get it to change is actually by starting with your thinking. That is it, because your thinking is going to produce a feeling, your feeling is going to produce your behaviors, your actions, and your action is going to not only give you your result, it's going to impact your loved one's behaviors. Have you ever noticed that what you do actually impacts your loved ones? Sometimes the way that you respond can seem to make them worse, can seem to make them better. And so we want to make sure we're not thinking that this is all outside of our control. It's not. Can you see that having the thought, this is too much, is just not going to get you any result that you want? And this is a little bit advanced for my care course members, just because a thought might be true, which I wouldn't say like most people would agree with this thought, but even if a thought is 100% true, let's say that's the thing, it doesn't mean it's helpful to think it. You want to be thinking a new thought. I'm going to go to the second one and show you how it plans out. But the whole reason I'm talking about this now is because so many of you are having thoughts all day long in your head that are actually giving you results that are horrible, or actually giving you results where you feel hopeless, you feel down, you feel like nothing's ever going to improve. And I'm here to tell you that's not true. It doesn't have to be that way, but probably nobody has walked you through this formula. Also, in a couple of weeks, I'm hosting a 5-day live workshop experience where you can join me. We're going to go through everything to overcome overwhelm. I'm actually going to give you strategies and tools and all the things you can do in your action line to help overcome overwhelm. But we're also going to make sure we learn, how do we actually change that? How do we actually change the thought to get us something that would give us a better outcome? How do we do that? I'm going to walk you through all of that. It's a 5-day live workshop series for my Dementia Care Club members. Please don't join. You get free access. There's a link in the description below where you can click and sign up and join. Let's go to this one, right? So we have the situation again, caring for a loved one with dementia. Thought is, this is too hard. Feeling is frustrated. When you're frustrated, everything seems hard. Give up easily. You expect things to not work out. So what happens here? Here's the thing. You having a thought, this is too hard, feeling frustrated and taking those actions actually gives you the outcome that it stays hard. Then you have to think, like, how does that impact your loved one with dementia? If you are feeling frustrated and you're showing up to caregiving frustrated, what is the impact that's going to have on your loved one with dementia? We realize it's probably not going to be really great. But I think the message that is not being delivered enough in all of the online space and all of the support groups and everything is that you have so much more power and control in how to feel better, have more joy, have more connection, have more peace, have more pleasant interactions with your loved one. Who knows how much time any of us have left here on this earth? Who knows how much time you have left with your loved one with dementia? Do you want to spend the last chapters of your life arguing and correcting and trying to reason and trying to just get them to stop doing the thing you want them to stop doing, or to start doing the thing you want them to start doing? It's a horrible way to spend the last chapters of life, and it doesn't have to be that way. And I'm here to tell you, this is how it starts. So I hope you'll join for the 5-day Overcoming Overwhelm workshop, where we're going to dive into this deeper. We'll help you come up with a thought that's going to help fuel better feelings, better actions, and ultimately give you a better outcome. And I'm going to be giving you practical, realistic tools you can start using every single day of your life so that life can be a bit more brighter and joyful for you. That's my ultimate goal for all of you. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll be back with a new video. As always, hang in there, Careblazer. Thank you for what you are doing for your loved one. I just want to make it a little bit easier for you. All right, Bye.
Also, Nico gets a belly rub for every person who subscribes from this video. So if you haven't already, click the red subscribe button. It's totally free, and Nico says thank you very much.